Today we're looking at how I made Pokemon in Tekken, specifically the anime style of the characters, and also that red, blue, yellow Game Boy era of the characters. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you love Tekken as much as I do, and you also love making custom characters as much as I do. I've always thought it's this fun element of the game that's like, not just the competitive side, it's also this like, hey, you can also make characters look exactly like your favorite video game or your favorite movie or whatever, and I just think it's super fun, and I've always done it with every fighting game that allows it. If you like this video, if you want to see some more custom characters that I've made, hit subscribe. Would love to have you, would love to see you again, and as always, if you have any notes on my characters, they're not perfect, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to do a follow-up video and try and adjust the characters to make them as close as we possibly can to the actual characters from the show, the video game, or whatever we're making. The video will be laid out. We'll show off the characters, then I'll go through all the color nodes, all the stats for where to place things like the accessories, so you guys can make these characters yourself. And without further ado, let's kick off how to make Pokemon in Tekken. Jessie is our first character we're taking a look at. I used Lily, mainly because Lily also has Salt, which is the cat, her pet cat, and you see her holding Salt in the select screen, and also when you start online, she's holding Salt as well. So that's Meowth. So who else could be Jessie but Lily? As we go through the stats here, there's a few things that I think kind of work, and a few things in hindsight maybe I think kind of don't, like what I did with the accessory there. But we'll talk about that later as we go through this. For the hair, I did the default. Here's the color node for that. Eyes, I did change them to that sunflower. Nothing on mouth here. Eyebrow color was brown. Eye makeup, nothing. Cheeks, I did do the natural here. Lip color, I did add the ruby, nothing for face paint, and no tan. Clothes, we did nothing on head or the full face or the glasses or the entire body, but in upper body, I did do the tank top. And here's our stats here for how you can get that color palette, just like the one I have here. And then for lower body, did mini skirt with belt. That was the closest I found to Jessie's in the show. And here's the color nodes to get there. And for shoes, I thought that the stockings with the sandals was the closest, again, to Jessie in the show. We do the best we can with what we got. And here's the two color nodes for that. I did use accessory. My thought process here was, for this first one, I used the Rosehead Corsage. I wanted some kind of like splash of red here on her tank top. That was going to be the R, that's what I was going for, but I don't know if it reads. You guys can tell me if you like it or not, but if you want to use it, I just used that standard red there. The stats for the Rosehead Corsage are here. I also did add this leather bangle to kind of imitate, I think, her collar is what I was going for there. And as you can see, it's just kind of the standard white. And here's the stats for the leather bangle. I think she turned out really well, though. I think Lily's a great choice for Jessie, and I love that. I think if I saw her online, I would know who this is, which is pretty cool. Well, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. It's James, and I used Lee for James. I think that was mainly based on the attitude. I love that he throws the rose, too, in his kind of opening pose when you use him online. I just thought that whole attitude was perfect for James. Let's check out here all the stats on how to get Lee to look like James. We used the Oscar short hair. Here's the color node to get that purple. For eyes, I did go sunflower there. Nothing on mouth. Eyebrow color, standard. No makeup, no face paint, no tan. For clothes, nothing on head here, full face, glasses, not for the entire body either, but upper body, I did go with the turtleneck. I've seen some other Jameses online and seen many different takes of how to get here, but I thought the turtleneck was the best to kind of get that popped collar here. I do agree, though, that like maybe if you're making this and you see those lines of the sweater, that it kind of works. Maybe you guys can find a shirt that's better, but I think this one's pretty good. Here's the color nodes, very standard, to get the turtleneck like that. For lower body, I just went with leather pants, and here's the color nodes to get us here. I thought that purple belt was important, highly important to make it James. For shoes, we did leather shoes. I think it's just all standard. Yep, just all the black color node right at 10 to get us there. And did not use any accessories. I didn't think, you know I just said in Jessie that I really thought the rose head corsage, like really red, is the R for Team Rocket. I didn't think it read here, so I didn't use it here, but I think this still is a very good James. But you guys let me know if you would change anything, or if you would have put the rose head corsage or something there to give it that splash of red. Here's Officer Jenny. We used Nina. What I love about this costume is, like, it's essentially Officer Jenny, but, like, it's also not, and you kind of have to use your imagination. But I do think, at a glance, you might go, is that Officer Jenny? And so I actually think overall it works pretty well. I did end up using Nina's, her unique costume to kind of give us that kind of officer look, but I've seen others online where people went a wholly different direction. But I do think this one works pretty well. Let's check out the stats here. For hair, default hair, but I wanted to get that green that Officer Jenny has. Eyes default. Nothing for mouth. Standard eyebrow color. No for the makeup. Yes, I used the natural for cheeks. Yes, use ruby for lip color. No face paint. No tan. For clothes, I did use the officer's cap, as you can imagine. Here's the color nodes to get the cap, just how I have it here. Nothing for full face, nothing for glasses. Entire body, here we go. It's the Spec Ops style, and I'm just gonna run through the color nodes here. I think there's a few, so it may take a second here, but we'll get there. I was really impressed with how this kind of unique outfit did read as Officer Jenny. I think it turned out pretty good. There we go. That's everything there if you'd like to make the entire body with the same color nodes. So then there's no upper body, no lower body, no shoes. For unique, I didn't do the earrings. Officer Jenny doesn't have earrings. Accessory, I did throw on the ribbon to kind of give like some sort of splash of color on that hat there to again try and get as close to Officer Jenny as we can. So I used the ribbon and just used this kind of like yellow-orange at 10 to get us there. I got the stats for the ribbon right here. I also threw on the pouch, as you can see there, just to kind of give it more of a just something there that reads kind of as an officer here, to kind of get close to Officer Jenny in the show, and those are the color notes for that. And here's the stats to get your pouch right where I have it. Overall, I think she turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I know it's not perfect, but I do think if I saw her online, I would know that it was Officer Jenny. Have y'all noticed that there's limited options for dresses in these Tekken 8 customizations? 'Cause I have, and because of that, I had to go Elisa for Nurse Joy, but it was the dress that was the closest to the one in the show. I just wish we had some more dresses, because like I wanna make more custom characters here, but I feel like sometimes I'm limited by like, okay, which of the female characters even have some sort of dress that's close to the one in the show, and unfortunately it kind of leaves just like Nina and essentially Lily and Elisa, but it is what it is. I still think she turned out pretty good. I do think it's hilarious that Nurse Joy, this sweet nurse lady, is a robot with chainsaw arms. You know what? It works. It is what it is. Let's check out all the color notes here. This is how I got that distinctive Nurse Joy hair. I did use like 2 slightly different colors. I think that actually like played pretty well. Default for eyes, nothing for mouth. I did change the eyebrow color there. No makeup, nothing for cheeks, nothing for lip color, face paint, and no tan. Here I used the Asuka Newsboy cap, and here's all the color notes to get you there if you'd like to use this cap for your Nurse Joy. Nothing for full face or glasses. Entire body, here we go. It's just the standard dress that is her Tekken 8 style, and here is the color nodes. If you would like to get that same color palette that I have on mine. Essentially, it's just pinks and it's just whites, but I think it works pretty well. There we go, that's everything there. No upper body, no lower body or shoes because of the entire body there. For accessories, I went with 2 ribbons to try and get us a little bit of a cross, a little thing on her helmet. Again, it's not perfect, but I think the spirit of what we were trying to go for reads. So there you go. That's how to get you there. Here's the stats on how to get your ribbon right there. And again, same thing. As you can see, same color, and then to my best ability, the stats to get us there looked like this. Other than that, I think that Nurse Joy turned out pretty good. I like it, and you know what? I'm gonna say it. I like the chainsaw arms. I think it should be a permanent fixture here for Nurse Joy's online. How could you make Pokemon in Tekken without Professor Oak? I actually love Victor as the choice for this. I went him because of his kind of like coiffed hair there. I thought it was the closest to get our Professor Oak. I think it's hilarious that he has this giant sword and knives, but you know what? Listen, it's Tekken and it's gonna be a little ridiculous. But I think he turned out pretty good. I think he's pretty funny. Let's take a look here at all the stats. This is how you get the hair, exactly how I have it here. Eyes are the default. No facial hair. Here's how I did the eyebrow color. No makeup, no face paint, no tan. Clothes, nothing for head, full face, glasses. The entire body I didn't use, but I did use upper body. It was the leather coat. Here I have the stats for the color nodes, as you can see. That's how you can get exactly that look there. And for the lower body, we use the chinos pants, and here we go. These are the color nodes that I chose. Shoes, I just went the Victor leather shoes, and here we go. There's the stats for them there. I don't believe I use any accessories. Nope. Professor Oak is very simple, but I think it's one of those things where if you saw him, you'd be like, who is that? But as soon as you say it's Professor Oak, you're like, oh yeah, that is Professor Oak. So I think he's pretty good. Here's another customization where you'd be like, who is that? I feel like I know who that is. And then you're like, oh, that's Ash's mom. And then you're like, oh yeah. Yeah, okay, that's Ash's mom. I buy. I used Reina, and it's like a super simple costume. I couldn't get exactly to the look of Ash's mom, Mrs. Ketchem, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty funny, actually. So let's run through all the stats here. We're gonna use wavy ponytail, and this is how I got that kind of that red auburn kind of color there. Eyes are just the standard. Same with mouth, eyebrow color. All of this is just the standard here, so we can run through that. Clothes. Here I used the diner shirt. As you can see, this is kind of that like pop of yellow there with her, I guess it's an ascot or a bow. That kind of got the closest to Ash's mom kind of has like a yellow, I guess it's necklace or like a little undershirt there. Let's run through all the stats here. Just kind of use the standard pink. Here's how to get that yellow. As you can see, that's how you get the upper body there. Lower body, it's just this skirt here. Here's the stats. I used the yellow because like she has a yellow belt. That's the closest we could get there. And shoes are just the Lily high heels. With this right there. Nothing for unique, and that is how you make Mrs. Ketchem, Ash's mom. Finding the perfect Brock was kind of a challenge. There's not many distinctive vests in Tekken 8, but Eddie came along with the DLC and had this wonderful vest and kind of the t-shirt underneath, and I was like, that is our Brock. That's how we're gonna do this. Hair, as you can see, we use default. Just these standard brown color nodes here to get that hair. Eyes, standard. Nothing for facial hair here, or eyebrow color, face paint, tan, nothing there. But clothes here, we can get into it. We're gonna use his Tekken 8 style, and here's how you get that green vest and kind of those distinctive colors for the pants, that distinctive orange that Brock has. Let's run through all these here to get you, your Eddie to look as close to Brock as possible. There we go. Nothing upper, lower body, or shoes. Unique, didn't use anything. Accessory, I did throw on the boxy backpack, as you can see here, because of course, Brock has a backpack on. And here, if you just match all these blues together just like that, they kind of blend together. And I thought we got pretty close to Brock there using that backpack. Here we go with the pouch. Again, I threw this on just to kind of match how Brock has some things on his belt there. As you can see, it's just these 2 color nodes. Oh, completely forgot to look at the nodes for how to place this. This is for the pouch. And here, let me go back and here's how you place the backpack just to get right where I had it. I think it turned out pretty good. I think I would know this was Brock if I was online. And yeah, I think he's good to go. There she is, everyone's favorite water Pokemon trainer. It's of course Misty, and I used Asuka, and as you can see, I used some hopefully invisible to the eye color palettes there to match her gloves kind of to her skin tone. So it kind of just looks like she's just wearing a tank top. There's no just tank top option in Tekken 8, so we kind of have to, use our imagination here and match the gloves to her skin tone to make that disappear. I think she turned out really well, though. I think this one is hilarious, how close it is to Misty. So I'm really, really proud of this one. But let me show you how to make it if you would like to make your Asuka look like this Misty. Here is the hair color nodes. Eyes default, mouth nothing there. Let's run through everything here. Don't think I used anything for cheeks or lip color, face paint or tan. Clothes, nothing here. For head, full face glasses, nothing for entire body, but upper body, here's where tank top, we use tank top. And here we go. This is how I laid out the color nodes here to try and again make those gloves disappear and make it look like it's just the tank top. That's what we were going for here. Lower body, ripped shorts was the way. That's the closest I thought we could get to Misty. Here we go, all just the blue. And for shoes, it was the Azucena sneakers. I'm trying to match that, the reds and the whites that Misty has. Got pretty close, I think. Oh, that's the last one there. And then, of course, Misty has her very distinctive kind of hair ponytail there, and we also added that here. I used the straight hair extension B. Here's the color node that I used. And here's placement, if you want to get it right, as you can see, kind of just right coming out of the side of her head there, just like in the show. And then she also has a little sort of rubber band there. So I used a hoop earring. We make do with what we have. I just threw on the green there to match, and as you can see, we'll zoom in here. I think, oh, I went a little too high. I think I got it as close as I possibly could there. Oops, still a little too... There we go. It's a little too high there. And my placement for the hoop earring was right here, just like this. As close as I could get. I'm happy with it. I think it works. And you can also see it, and I think that's important. So I think it's pretty cool. Nothing here for any other of the aura or anything like that. I think she turned out great. I think this is about as close to Misty as you can get. Here he is, the worst trainer in history. Of course I'm joking when I say that, guys. We all love Ashe, but I said that in my short form video and people are like, worst trainer? What are you talking about? He like came in top 16 at the finals for Pokemon, and then other people were like, yeah, I agree with you, he's the worst trainer in history. I was just messing around, guys. I just was trying to make fun of the fact that he gives away his Primate. He gives away all his good Pokemon. It's like, come on, Ashe. What, I thought the slogan was gotta catch 'em all. What are you doing, man? But I used Leo for Ashe. I think it just like, it works so well. It really does look like Ashe at a glance. I'm kind of impressed with that one. Let's run through all of the nodes here. Here's the color node for the hair. For eyes, no facial hair. Eyebrow color. Oh, I left the eyebrow color the same. Can we change that right now? I think we should. I think that works a little better. Forgot to change that one. As you can see, nothing here for these final notes here. For head, of course, we use the baseball cap turned backwards. And here's the distinctive reds that we get for Ashe there. Nothing for full face or glasses. Entire body we didn't use here. Biker vest was how I got kind of Ashe's vest here. I'm going to run through all the color notes. This was the best that I could match it. I think that the gloves actually really work here. It's not perfect, but I do think that the colors are really close, and that's what sells this costume. I just went jeans for the lower body here. Here's the notes for that. You can check that out. And here was my choice for shoes. I went hook and loop sneakers. I think my thought was Ashe is a kid, so he's gonna have Velcro sneakers. I think that was my logic there. Yeah, I think it's just all the standard white there, and here's the gray for that. There you go, if you want to get your sneakers exactly how mine are. But I think actually in your own version of Ashe, you can use essentially any sneaker. But I remember when I was making this, I was like, Ashe would have Velcro sneakers. You know what I mean? So that's my Ashe Ketchem. I think he turned out great. I love that the color palettes like actually really match Ashe in the show. I think that's what sells it. But I've seen some other Ashes online, so I'm open to any notes on how to improve our Mr. Ashe Ketchem, the worst trainer in history. You know, I made this one as a joke, and I think it actually turned out to be one of my favorites when I'm talking about making Pokemon in Tekken. I made Reina Pikachu. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's so hilarious that I'm like, actually, it's kind of good. It's kind of strangely good, and you know, Reina uses electric moves, so that one, I think, is right on point. Let me run through how to make Reina look like Pikachu here. Use the Leo short hair. There you go, that's how to get the color node. Eyes, standard, nothing for mouth. Eyebrow color, of course we're gonna go yellow. Have to use that. Nothing for the makeup, cheeks, lip color, nothing like that. No face paint, no tan. Clothes, nothing for head, the full face, nothing for glasses, but entire body I did use the cyber suit. That was the closest to kind of just having like a neutral palette to make Reina look like Pikachu here. Let me just run through how I got the color notes here. I ended up not using the light up areas, as you can see. I just changed it to black. I thought that was kind of like the stripes for Pikachu. That's what I was going for there. So upper body, lower body shoes, unique, nothing like that when you're making Reina look like the Pika. Here we go for accessories, though. I think this is highly important. We used horse ears to get as close to Pikachu's ears as we can. Here's the 2 color nodes for that. And then, of course, we have to throw a tail on, so I used cat tail. And here you can see it's just the yellow. And as always, I forgot the location. Here we go. This is how to get the statistics for cat tail. And here's how I got the horse ears exactly where we are there. For other, I did think it was important to throw on Vigor Gold. That gives us electricity, that gives us that power-up look. It's perfect. How could you not throw that on there? I think for hit effect, I think I did change it, yes, to the yellow as well. Also very important, I think. Super important. And that's how you make Pokemon in Tekken. That's all my Pokemon characters. That's all the anime characters that I made. Hopefully you guys dug it. Hopefully you guys can take these color palettes and nodes for the accessories and choices for the characters, make your own Pokemon characters and take them online. And if you guys have any notes, throw them in the comments. If you're like, this did not turn out well, your Nurse Joy is terrible, this is how I would change it, let me know. I'd love to make a follow-up video. If you like this content, if you want to see more of my short-form content too, where I go through just kind of like a quick run-through of the characters that I'm making, hit subscribe. Would love to see you again, and hopefully it inspires you to make more custom characters so you can take them online and have fun there. Guys, thanks again for watching. I will catch you next time, and I'll see you online.